The real question is, are you fine dating a maid with no college degree? Do you care what other people say? Could it be your friends and family? When you become a couple, no, you don't need to pay her anymore. That is out of respect with the relationship you have. Men from the West find themselves undecided with a decision of whether to hire a maid while residing in the Philippines. For some, it's a matter of practicality, seeing it as a way to ease the burden of the daily chores and enjoy more free time. However, there are those who raise concerns about the cultural and ethical dimension of this choice. Some of them worry about how hiring a maid might affect or change their life personally. They think about who is that person they are going to hire. Is it someone who never completed a course in college but brilliant? Are they capable to work and learn new things? Doubt in your mind. But let's find out what is the plot twist of getting a single Filipina maid with degree or not. Hi folks, my name is Janabel and welcome to my YouTube channel. And today we will be talking about the maid in the Philippines. I've created a video 4 months ago about the maid in the Philippines, where I included a bunch of information like how much is the salary, what are the things that they can do in the household, how they will change your life by letting them in your house. I received a comments and right now I will be answering those. The first question, can you please tell me the monthly salary for a full-time maid who stays with you in the province? The new daily minimum wage for Metro Manila in 2024 ranges from 573 to 610 across sectors per day. Moreover, to answer your question, in the province, it has a salary ranges from 5,500 to 6,000 per month. The national wages in the National Capital Region and the rest of the Philippines has increased. The minimum wage is usually raised to address issues related to income inequality and poverty. Metro Manila is an expensive area where the cost of living is generally higher than any other regions. Given this, raising the minimum wage may be necessary to ensure that workers are able to meet their basic needs and have a decent standard of living. The second question, how about live-in maid? Is that a monthly salary, including room and board? I'm talking about her own room and her own privacy, and Sunday and holidays off. Just curious. A live-in maid has her own room and has her own privacy that you must give to her as an employer. Her salary might depend on your agreement. Example, in a month there is 4 weeks. You can actually cut it into two. That means every 2 weeks you will pay her. If you are living in the province and the agreement salary is 6,000 pesos per month, then you will give her 3,000 pesos every 15 days. Next question. How long do you think is a good length of time to wait before you can decide whether your maid is trustworthy? The idea of leaving money out is a good one. But if she's savvy and doesn't take the bait initially, how long do you wait to tell? I ask because I've heard a lot of horror stories on other YouTube videos. You can tell if she is hardworking. Your maid should willing to out in the necessary effort to get the job done. Ask her about what kind of housework she currently does at home. Good questions to ask include how often she sweeps the floor, how often she cooks for her household, what time she wakes up and goes to sleep at night. In that way, you will be able to identify that she is doing her job as a housekeeper. I couldn't tell exactly how long, but based on what I've heard from others, you will most likely to find out after 6 months. Next question. You say the Filipinas are very clean, correct? Then why do they wash their bottoms with only water, no soap, and continue to do cooking without washing her hands with soap? I got sick and landed in the hospital with human waste in my faces. I was so angry the result of this kind of hygiene exists. I left the Philippines fast. I always wondered why there was no toilet paper in homes and in malls. Filipinas are indeed clean when it comes to household chores at home. They can do a lot of things in one day. But to answer your question, I bet you disagree because as a Filipina, I've never done that kind of thing. There are certain places in the Philippines that doesn't have a proper hygiene. But living here for over a decade already, I have noticed that all of us use soap and wash our hands before we eat or cook. It is just that you probably landed in a wrong place. But I won't argue because those kind of people probably exist everywhere. No proper hygiene, and they are fine with that. With the issue of toilet paper, yes, in the province we don't use that one. But there are alternatives that we choose to have. In the city, there are a lot of big malls that sells tissue almost everywhere. Next question. If you catch feelings for your maid, should you let her go as a maid if you want her as a girlfriend? Or should you just keep her as a maid? And if my maid becomes my lover, how much extra should I give to her? If your maid becomes your lover, then of course, no, she will not be your maid anymore. She will be your partner. But she can still do work in the household. But avoid calling her as a maid because she might get hard of that. Filipino women are very hardworking. Even if they are sick, they will always choose to do their duty. They feel embarrassed if they will do nothing at home. Just like my sister, working as an OFW, there is one time that she got an operation in other country. This was 2 years ago, and she felt really bad not fulfilling her duty as a housekeeper. In a week, she just probably resting her body because that's what the doctor advised. But after that, she works a little, even if she can still feel the pain. She respects her boss and her job so much. Fast forward, her employer likes how much dedication she put just for her to serve them. However, if your maid becomes your lover and you are curious about how much extra you will give, that actually depends on you. I guess you should not count, but instead make her happy with the best of your ability. Unlike some of their Western counterparts, Filipina appreciate simple gestures of affection and don't require extravagant gifts to feel love. The next question is, where can I exactly find a Filipina? Does online dating works if I want to start there? The answer is yes. Brandon, one of my subscribers, shared his story, how he met his wife. He said, my wife and I met on a dating site. And when we started talk, both of us were able to say anything to the other. And we talk about every subject. My wife knows me better than most people I've known for decades. We got to know each other in the present, through our past, so we could build a future life together. Christian Filipina is the most trusted online dating service where singles who share similar traditional values can meet and connect. As a dating service, it is designed to help people find long-term partners and prioritize their safety, so you can feel safe while using the service. Filipina, they speak English fluently and make a good conversational partners. However, Filipinas are known as loyal, caring, supportive, and 100% devoted to their men. At Christian Filipina, they will support you every step of the way on your search for love online. Available 24/7, they offer personalized guidance to help you communicate with Filipinas effectively. From conducting thorough background checks to ensure the person you're talking to is genuine to providing tailored assistance. The team is committed to ensure your quest for real love ends at Christian Filipina. Next question. I do see some issues with having a maid. What if the employer or the maid fall in love but the other doesn't? When they become a couple, does the man still pay for her work or even increase her pay? Or is another maid hired? What if there is really isn't enough work to keep her busy? Can the maid be a tour guide also? What if the house only has one bedroom and the maid wants to be a live-in maid? Sorry about so many questions. Okay, let me break down that one by one. If one of you fall in love with each other and both of you are single, then the question is why not? If one is willing and fine to commit, then there will be a relationship formed. The real question is, are you fine dating a maid with no college degree? Do you care what other people say? Could it be your friends and family? If you choose to be with her, then go. When you become a couple, no, you don't need to pay her anymore. That is out of respect with the relationship you have. However, The chances are you might give her some cash in order for her to support herself or let's say her family because you know already that a single Filipina maid in the province choose to work because they want to help in some ways. You don't need to hire a new maid because what if you will fall in love with a second one? There will be a war between you and her. Kidding. To be honest, if you don't have so much chores in the house, hiring a second maid is not necessary. Your partner can do it. If there's no other work, then you can keep her busy. Then it's for you to decide whether what to do or if she will stay in the room. But if you have some errands like you want to do go around, then if she's fine coming with you, then why not? She can be a tour guide and that's actually depend on her answer. If there's only one bedroom and the maid wants to be a live-in maid, then you might need to get other bedroom or rooms because there is no privacy at all. Or else I will call that one as a relationship, sleeping together with only one bedroom. So what do men and women do at night? In one bedroom, right? The temptation is everywhere, especially your maid is from the province, innocent and sexy Filipina. If she is fine and still want to be a live-in maid, knowing there's only one bedroom, then I will expect that you will visit her family next month. If there is a connection, good friendship, then why not? Some of the best relationship starts with a solid friendship. If it's just a trip in bed, someone always gets hurt. Next question. Would you ever pay a maid up front for like 6 months to give her an incentive to work harder? Or better to pay day by day just like what you said? Or you think she would slack off more because she already has a half a year's salary? Maid in the Philippines usually receive bonus and incentive at the end of the year, around December, Christmas time. That means that she has been working with you over 12 months. But let's say she is hardworking person, honest, trustworthy. You can give incentives optionally. If you think she deserves it, I suggest to pay her month or every 15 days because that is the best option you could help her. Unless she work as part-time job, that means you will give her a payment per day. Next question. Are you saying a full-time maid cannot do all the chores of keeping her home clean, cooking and shopping as a good as a maid would? I don't understand what is the difficulty if the maid has her children with her as she does her maid chores. There are instances where maid cannot keep her house clean during weekdays, especially if she has a child. But if your maid is single Filipina, then there's no problem with that. If she does living alone, then she might need to clean her place for every weekend. That's why other employee give 2 days rest, Saturday and Sunday for them to take care the household, and Sunday is for them to date themselves or to rest or to spend time with their family. Next question. If the maid has no education, is that maid capable of learning? No education is a red flag. How are they going to get a job to make money? Sit around all day and be lazy? I don't think so. In the Philippines, being a maid doesn't require diploma or college degree education. They choose to be a maid because they have no chance to enroll themselves in the university. Lack of financial support and poverty always exist in the Philippines. Even if they want to study, they cannot because their parents is not capable of sending them. If you are a type of employer that doesn't accept maid with no diploma, it will be hard for you to find one because mostly maid in the Philippines are trying their best so that they will survive. Those persons who get diploma in the Philippines tend to work in the company or in the mall because the salary is much better than being a housekeeper. Next comment. I will only recommend getting a part-time maid only. There have been cases where a live-in maid has let in bad people into the house after the sun has set. A live-in maid is just simply a security risk that should be avoided at all costs. So just get a part-time maid only and have her gone before the sunset. The same goes for any other servant you may have. This happened actually, so to avoid the situations, have your rules and regulations set before she start working. It's very important for you to know who is that person you're letting in. do a background check, and again, let her present some papers, and again, let her present some papers that would prove that she has no criminal records. That way, you will not overthink and you will be safe. I am happy to hear that everyone from Cordis, I did date a Filipino maid and she was kind-hearted, wonderful, supportive partner. Today, she is still all those things, as well as my wife for 14 years, and a wonderful mother to our daughter. She did have an education. She had to work to pay for it, plus a good background. She is hardworking and very capable. Another comment from Spy. I would absolutely date a Filipina regardless of work or education as long as she is loving, kind-hearted, and appreciative traditional girl. From William. I definitely get a maid in the Philippines. She would also do some cooking too. Having a maid is a game changer. The last thing is from Joey. It's the content of her heart, not the amount of education. That would matter to me. I've known many people who have higher education that have no common sense, and people with very little education who are brilliant. So I guess I'm saying that if she has a good heart and a faithful with a willingness to learn, then I have no problem with a relationship with a maid or anyone regardless of education. So what do maid or housekeeping cleaners do? A maid or housekeeping cleaners may be responsible for the housekeeping duties of one or more houses. This job may also be carried out in a commercial environment, such as hotel. Usually, the housekeeping cleaners will clean the room, hallways, living areas, bathrooms, and public areas of the property. There may be a certain technique that the cleaner will have to do to familiar with in order to remove tough messes and stains. Being able to demonstrate a meticulous housekeeping skills is the most essential part of this job. However, it is very important to demonstrate customer service skills so that customers continue to use the services. Communication skills are often important as the clients may want to easily discuss what sort of cleaning needs to be done. The maid may work for an agency that supplies housekeeping services. Some housekeeping cleaners are self-employed. Many jobs as housekeeping cleaners allow the housekeeper to choose a job, allowing for a flexible schedule. Some maids may work a part-time, while others will work as a full-time. In some jobs, the maid will have to carry out other duties, such as laundry and cooking. Some jobs will require boarding, so that the maid can be on call at any time. This job often physically strenuous and involves repetitive motions. There's often no minimum educational requirement for this job. True, some positions may require as a minimum of high school diploma, but most of the time, the maid in the Philippines don't have a diploma. That's all what I got you for today, guys. And if you are new to this channel, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you would be updated to the next video. And if you have a content suggestion, just comment down there below, guys, and I would love to do that next time. I'll see you again.